Hey, what's up? You're listening to episode 9 of Aaron is Perfect. Hi, hey again. Welcome everyone. Thanks so much for watching. This is episode 9. Didn't know I was going to make it here, but I'm here and I'm feeling good. I think it's Monday. It's Monday morning, early Monday morning, way before I have to be at work, which is good and bad. It's good because I'm able to get up and be a person this early. Bad because I don't know what kind of person that is yet because it's still pretty early in the morning. So sometimes I'm really good and really with it first thing, and I have no problems, talking for long periods of time. And sometimes sometimes it's Monday morning, So I'm trying not to have it just be straight up Monday morning feelings. And today, for some reason, isn't as good. I'm not feeling great. Mentally, I think I'm all right. I think my stomach's feeling weird. I haven't eaten yet. That probably will do it. On this episode, I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm trying to not have as many topics to talk about so that I can go a little deeper into some of the stuff that I talk about, and hopefully it doesn't just bore the fuck out of everybody. So we'll see how this one goes. This might be a short ass episode. Another small disclaimer: my allergies are all the way up, dialed all the way in. I have all the sniffly, gross eye bullshit going on. So I'm sorry if you're just listening and you hear all of my fluid inside my face rolling around. It's not really rolling around. It's more I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that would be. What is the name for liquid going through tubes? What do you call that? Tubular movement? Squishy tubular movement. Anyway, yeah, my allergies are bad right now. And it sucks. Any of you who have allergies out there, you know exactly what I mean. I get the itchy eyes. And when I was in Florida, I think this is a funny thing about the difference between medication in Florida or in the United States versus Canada. My grandmother just hands me this thing. It's just Walgreens allergy relief. It says indoor and outdoor allergies. There's 40 soft gel liquid filled capsules, 10 milligrams each. And she's just the best thing about these is that you can just keep taking them. There's no dosage really. You're just oh, I have more allergies, I'm just going to keep taking them. And then I look at the back and I look at the dosage, and it says keep out of reach of children, of course. Directions: adults and children 6 years and over, 1 10 milligram capsule once daily. Do not take more than 1 10 milligram capsule in 24 hours. It doesn't tell you why. And definitely don't take if you have kidney disease. But I thought that was really funny. My grandmother's yeah, just fucking take them. Take as many as you want. I almost took 2, and then I read that and I was oh, okay. But I get the itchy eyes, and she also gave me these things. They're eye wipes. So of course, without reading the directions, I was oh, cool. I usually when I have issues with my allergies in my eyes, I flush my eyes out with cool water, and that tends to help. I just have to leave them the fuck alone. That's the big problem, is that I can't leave them alone. They're itchy, so I itch them. And knowing me and who I am, you probably imagine how much I itch them, and it's all of it, 100% of the time. So I'm like, oh, cool. This will be really helpful for when I get itchy eyes. So I got itchy eyes one day, and I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to try this out. Open the package, immediately start rubbing it into my eyeball, and it fucking burns. And I'm like, that can't be right. Something's wrong here. And it was almost like a menthol burn. Like, it hurt, but also it was like made my eye feel like really cold. And I was like, what the fuck? And it says, removes allergy. Oh my God. It says, OQ Soft Lid Scrub. Which, if I read the thing, I would have seen lid scrub, which just sounds stupid and still not enough of a direction for me to know what the fuck to do. Allergy removes oil, debris, pollen, and other contaminants from the eyelids while utilizing green tea extract, tea tree oil, and PSG2. You know what that is, obviously. Everybody does. To effectively reduce redness, irritation, and itching sensation of allergy eyelids. And then it says, for external use only, wash hands and remove contact lenses prior to use. Directions: unfold pre-moistened pad and wrap over finger. Okay. Close eyes and gently cleanse lid using... What is that noise? Did you hear that? It was like a noise. Maybe, I don't know if that came through. It probably didn't, and it just sounds like I'm going crazy. But anyway... So basically, the thing with these is that you don't actually put it in your eye. You have to make sure that you don't. It's for external use only. And I'm like, but my eyes are itchy in my eyes. Like, my eyeballs are itchy. At least that's what it feels like. It's probably my eyelids, I bet you. It's probably my eyelids that are irritated, not my actual balls. But it feels like it's my eyeballs. And when I have the itch... I want to scratch my eyeballs. Okay? So I want to rub liquid onto my eyeballs. I don't want to put it on my eyelids. Anyway, I put it on my eyelids on the other eye because the first eye was fucked. I just completely disgraced my I think it was my right eye. And then I put it on the eyelid of my left eye, and I was like, all right. I guess it works. Here's the thing, though. You know what works best when it comes to allergies? Something else. Doing something else, because you just kind of forget about it and it sort of goes away. At least that's in my experience. But you know what's hard to do when you have OCD? Think of anything other than yourself when there's a slight ailment. When there's a tiny little, like, I don't even know. It could be anything. I mean, for me, it's like little cuts. I can't leave them alone. Like, I have to make sure that they feel like the rest of the skin. And I will keep digging until they feel that way, which is redundant because you just make them feel like worse. You just make them worse, and they just turn into something really fucking gross on your body. But as long as there's no skin flaps, as long as there's no flap, nothing that I can get under my fingernail, we're good. But that is almost never. And you know what? Even when there isn't one, I can just make one and then be like, oh, I haven't gotten to the bottom of this yet. It's bottomless, though. There's no end. You can just create new skin flaps until you're completely void of skin entirely. There's been points where I'm like, you're going to remove your limbs if you continue on this journey. You need to stop now. You're going to be like 127 hours, but only like you're not stuck in a fucking cave by like dangling by your arm. You just have a disorder. You just can't not do this gross thing that is like probably going to put you in the hospital if you continue. Anyway, life is fun, isn't it? Isn't life grand? You know what else is good? This new shirt. It's not new. It's actually an older shirt. And it certainly needs to be ironed because it is all sorts of rankly. And I like it. It's a cool shirt. It's like, once again, bigger. I've had it for a little while, and I didn't really wear it because it was a little bit bigger. I got some of them buttons open. If you're just listening to this, it's nice green. collared shirt. I've folded up the arms so you can see my muscles, and it's got little like blue sort of leafy things on it. It's like a very busy pattern, and yeah, I like it. I think it's nice. It makes me look good, and you can't see all my puffy body circles. You can just see I just look like a normal guy, and then I have skinny jeans because me, and 90s, because I'm a boy of the 90s who was manipulated by skater wear because I skateboarded, and then it was like I was in a punk rock era, and then it was like emo, and then I got real skinny jeans, and I looked like that. There's a picture of like the pug standing up, like no ass, skinny jeans. Maybe I'll post it here. And if you're just listening, oh, fuck you, because you can't see it. Let me describe it in further detail. It's a pug standing up, wearing skinny jeans, and it looks like every like early 2000s like emo punk rocker. And you know what's cool about this description is it's exactly the same as the first description I gave you. So you probably feel no better than you did a second ago if you're only listening and not watching. But unfuck you, because thanks for supporting me. But yeah, this shirt is cool. It's nice. It's comfortable. It breathes. And I think it's like Joe Fresh. I think I bought it at a grocery store. That's how I do. That's how I do shit sometimes. I'll just like look at the grocery store clearance and be like, yeah, that wouldn't look good on anyone else or me, but I'm going to buy it anyway because it's $4. And sometimes those purchases actually like work really well for me for some reason. Like I don't know. I don't know what it is about cheap shit, but I usually like do quite well with cheap clothing, or like Value Village. Like thrifting. I don't know why, but I always end up finding really cool shit. I remember when I was younger, when thrifting was like actually a cool thing to do. And it maybe is now. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not cool for me right now. Maybe in the future I'll do it again. But back in the day, it was like that's what you did. You'd buy clothes at Value Village or Goodwill or any of those places. The Salvation Army, and it'd be really cool. Like I used to wear something we used to call them old man pants, and they were basically just like dress pants. And you would wear dress pants and like a skate t-shirt, and that was really cool. But they'd be baggy as fuck. I don't know what the hell was going on with that fashion. Like, don't you want to see like a little bit of body shape? You know, you want to see what that person is sort of shaped like. I don't know why you want to see that now. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, but we still do it, right? Like, nowadays you kind of you under, or maybe it's like a mixture, so like you can kind of create whatever body shape you want, but you can still see what the person's kind of body looks like. Not that it fucking matters, because it doesn't, but that's what you would do back in the day. Like, you would wear fucking giant pants and like a skinny little shirt, and that was my skater outfit. It was really cool to wear like 2 t-shirts and then like fold the arms so that you had like the color of the t-shirt underneath on top. So weird. What a weird thing. And like the necklaces with the metal ball necklaces and the big earrings. Remember that shit? I used to have spacers. I had spacers for a long period of time too. It didn't get too big. It was like a little bit bigger than like a little bit smaller than half an inch. But I would always find like random shit. Like I always take like, I was a skater, so I always had like skateboard parts, and I always found like little like spacers and shit from the wheels, and I would like pop that in my ear. Probably didn't clean them well enough. And so I just ended up having like weird shit in my ears. When I started working at the music store, I would find like all sorts of cool like guitar parts and shit. I'd put those in my ears, and it looked really cool. I don't know how many times those things fucking got infected from just putting random shit in my ears. But yeah, I was a cool fucking kid, man. Yeah. Real cool. But now I'm just a fucking lame dad. Just a lame dad. And on the weekend, I did some cool lame dad shit. And I went to a kid's birthday party. And that was really fun. forced awkwardness between a bunch of adults that I barely know. Actually, most of them I don't know at all. There were like the basically the parents of the kid who had the birthday. I know they live across the street. Nice people, and yeah, the plan was kind of to like go to the party, and like this would sort of be the first one where I could leave and be comfortable with leaving them at this party because I'm just across the street. It's not a big deal. And I want to get them used to that. I want to get them used to like not having us around all the time. They're still pretty young, but they're at that age where I can leave and they should be okay, especially if they know I'm just across the street. Burp. And it was a really, it's a memorable experience. A lot of the time I didn't really say anything. I just kind of stood there and watched them and like fake laughed because I don't know how else to be around people I don't know. Chatted with one of the other dads. There's this one dad who makes a bunch. He works. I think he works at the school my kids go to, and he makes these like funny videos impersonating like popular like kids music videos. Like he does like a one from that fucking Encanto movie, and the kids love it. They eat it all up. They think it's hilarious. So he's like a micro celebrity at this party. And he's just being like, he's having a good time and being silly and pushing the kids on a swing and stuff. He's like telling them to go away. Like he pushes them, no, you go away. And the kids just find it hilarious. They're just cackling and cackling and cackling. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Like if you watching this would laugh at that, I would be humongous. You know, if I could just be like over and over and over again, just like push the camera and then when it would come back, it'd be like, go away. And the camera would fall down and come back. It'd be like, hey, I told you to go away. And I just do that for 40 minutes. And you guys just laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh and laugh. I'd have so much fucking material. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm in the wrong industry. Maybe I'm pushing myself to make adults laugh when really I should just be making kids laugh. But then I don't know. Is that creepy? If I'm not like a teacher, I'm just like some guy like, children stuff, you know, that might be creepy. And also, I don't find it funny. And I think part of the allure of making funny content is finding it funny or delivering it in a way that you think is funny so that other people who are like-minded find it funny. Also, those people then continue to watch your shit because they're like-minded and they reach out to you and talk to you and blah, 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 blah. So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. I just said that phrase. I actually don't know what it means. Maybe it's right. Probably not. Most likely not. But I don't know that I have the right mind for children's comedy because I think I would just get super fucking bored. But anyway, so yeah, this party was really fun for the kids. They had such a good fucking time. There were a few tears because there always is at kids' parties, like kids getting bonked, having like very minor, like running into each other, like bonking heads with each other, that kind of shit. Because everybody's really excited and they're all fucking jazzed up and running all over the place. And this place had a really cool, like, the backyard was great. Like there's this giant, like, I don't even know what you would call it, like kids jungle gym-ish thing. So like it's like a tire swing and a regular swing, and there's like the fucking bars, and then there's a whole, like, you go up the stairs and there's a whole like landing area. And I think he's still in the midst of building it, but it was really cool and really fun. So they were super all over the place, very energetic, and they did their own like cupcake decorating, which was really funny because of course you're watching it. It's just like, and for someone who has OCD, watching people make cupcakes is one thing because it's so fucking messy as it is. Watching like, I don't know, 15 between 4 and 7-year-olds making or fucking decorating cupcakes. You're talking sprinkles, you're talking icing, sticky icing, multiple colors and styles and varieties of icing and just and they're like small cupcakes too, so they're difficult to hold on to, and they like, you know, they keep like dropping, and they make them so, because it's kids doing it, they want all the icing in the world, so they make them top heavy so they fall out of their hands and just land face down on everything. Oh man, I'm fucking giving myself PTSD just talking about it. But anyway, so Sticky Hands were the main character at this fucking party, and God, I can't even, like, the amount of times I had to, like, secretly and quietly whisk off to the bathroom just to clean my hands. There was a time that I went to the bathroom to wash my hands because I saw one of my kids had icing, like sticky icing on their hands. They're like, "Oh, my hands are dirty." I'm like, "Yeah, here's a napkin." And I hand them a napkin. I'm like, that napkin was probably dirty, and I went and washed my hands. It's a brand new napkin. But I fucking, that kind of shit, between sprinkles and icing and like sparkles, those are like, that's my arch nemesis. Sticky fucking shit. Ew. Ugh. No. So fucking hard to deal with, man. So hard to deal with. I'm like, I'm having a hard time even talking about it because I can't stop picturing. I'm going to go after this. I'm going to go and wash my hands. I've barely touched anything today, and I'm going to go wash my hands and my eyes. I'm going to wash my eyeballs with that stuff out, with those fucking wipes. I'm going to wash the inside of my eyelids with those wipes, because even though I know it's not made for the inside of your body because it says that, I still want to do it because I feel like they're saying like, oh, this isn't made for the inside of your body because it cleans too well. And maybe I want that amount of cleaning inside my eyeballs. Did you ever think of that? Lid, what is it? Lid something? OCU Soft Lid Scrub. Did you ever think of that? Maybe I want my eyeballs to feel that. Maybe I want my eyeballs cleaner, you know? Anyway, my favorite part about this party was when, like, basically it was winding down. You could tell everybody was starting to get kind of restless. They wanted to go outside. It started raining, and they were inside, and they were doing crafts and blah, 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 blah. And it was starting to get like, okay, we need to switch gears here. And I don't know how everybody feels about this. If you're a parent, you have different feelings about opening presents at a party, kids opening presents at a party, because it can go a bunch of different ways. I'm scratching myself with the fucking eye thing. Okay. It can go a lot of different ways. Like, sometimes the kids don't get what they want, so they cry, or like, you know, some people get like crafty things or like clothing, and the kids just like picks it up and like, okay, and just like puts it down, and like hurts kids' feelings. There's a lot of ways that this can go badly. Or like maybe like one parent bought like a really nice expensive toy for the kid, and then another parent just bought like a box of crayons. So they're like talking about like, you know, the different financial situations for the families. You know, there's a lot of like reasons to do it because of like it's fun and it's a nice experience for everybody, but also there's the possibility that you could like make people feel stupid, or you could shame them, whatever. And or if it's like an inappropriate present for a kid, sometimes that shit happens too, right? So you gotta like play the odds. And in this case, it was like, all right, let's just get the kid to open up the presents. And so they did. And it was a good experience, but there was one kid there who like wasn't having it. Like, just wanted so badly to just I don't know what this person wanted to do, but they were not in a good mood. They were crying, and this kid's sibling was there. This kid's sibling was there, and I guess this kid's sibling was used to the other sibling crying in like annoying situations, and was not having that. Like, very annoyed by it. It's just like, we're trying to watch this kid open presents. Like, my sibling is being a fucking dickhead here, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to stop it. So, the birthday person is on the far side of a sectional couch. So it's a sectional couch. It's shaped like an L. And on the far side, there's a kid opening presents, and like everyone's kind of huddled around, but there's no exit to the area where you can get into the couch, and there's like a coffee table in the middle, and that's where the presents are. I don't know if I'm setting this up in a way that you can actually visualize it, but basically these two siblings are sort of in the corner, but not on the couch. They're in the corner on the floor, but just like in front of the couch, in the like couch corner, the corner of the L. And the sibling who is not crying is getting super frustrated with the sibling that is crying, and slowly starts like backing the crying sibling into the couch further. And it's like, okay, kid, there's no room anymore. And just like now the kid has this angry look on his face. He's like, he's ready to cry. I didn't want to like go gender, but here we are. And and it's his sister he's pushing into this corner, just squishing her and squishing her. She's obviously crying and crying and crying. And the boy is just like, get her to stop, get her away. And like forcing every ounce of his strength into the cushions of the couch. And it's like, dude, you're gonna fucking hurt this kid. And he's not stopping. And the parents are just like looking like, ah. And then at one point the parents like, okay, stop. You gotta stop it. Kid is definitely not stopping it. But there's no exit or entrance. There are people all around this couch here. And the parent who is trying to get this to stop is also holding in like a baby. So like I'm on the opposite. Like there's no me. I'm not getting in there. There's no way. Also, me touching other people's children now, not a fucking chance. Not only is that to me inappropriate, because if someone puts their hands on my child, actually it depends on the situation. In that situation, I probably would have been okay with it. I still didn't know how to feel about it while I was in that moment. But also, children are sticky. And, like, they stink a little bit. Other people's kids are not like my kids. You know, my kids can smell the high heaven. They can be covered in chocolate and sticky whatever and get it in my hair. And it's not okay. It's not okay. But I can do it. Other people's kids, not a fucking hope in hell, man. No. Nope. No. Okay. I probably will never like babysit your children. I'm great with kids. Don't get me wrong. I'm really good. But like if there's paint or there's like food or like bathroom, count me the fuck out, man. I better be co-babysitting with my wife because, and I say co because we're both there, but are we though? Would we really be there together? No, we wouldn't. It would be her. She'd be doing everything because no fucking thank you. And only because it's other people's kids. I'm pretty good for the most part with my own kids when it comes to gross shit. But not always. Like I've wiped an ass. Don't get me wrong. I've wiped a lot of asses. I'm a pro ass wiper. But I'm also a pro plug the fuck out of my nose. And I'm a pro gagger. So I'll do it. I do it. I do all the gross shit because I have to. I don't have a choice. This is what I fucking signed up for. I brought this into the universe and I better be prepared to deal with it. But fuck. Do I get grossed out? I'm just thinking about it now, I'm like ready to gag. I almost fucking gagged. And I'm not even thinking about one thing specifically. But it's like anything that's barf poop related, yo, dude. Just holding it down, you know? I need a drink of water. I need to have a sip of water. Anyway, that birthday party was really funny. That kid getting squished was like getting squished into the fucking couch. I like You know how hard it is not to laugh when that kind of shit is happening in front of you? And I don't know a lot of these people, and you could tell like the parents of this kid were like, they're kind of getting frustrated and freaked out by what was going on. And I'm just sitting there trying not to fucking laugh. Just like, well, I guess I got to wash my hands again, and just like laugh into like the sky, into the bathroom, in the bathroom. Wow, that tastes like water. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Water is delicious. It's the flavor, you know? It's just such a strong flavor of water. So yeah, if you don't want me laughing at your kids or like running off to clean my hands 30 times, don't invite me to your kid's birthday, or don't invite my kids. Actually, invite my kids. Just like make a stipulation, like no Aaron, or like both parents have to come. Like my wife, we've been talking about her for a while. She needs a break. She's tired, and she is very deserving of a good life, and I want her to feel that way. And so for the first time ever, I allowed her to go get a massage while I dealt with a birthday party. It's not the first time ever. I'm not a terrible husband, and I'm not a terrible father. But I'm not great, you know? I'm okay. I'm not great, but I do my best, and I'm trying to get better. So she's like, hey, would you mind taking the kids to the birthday party? I'm like, yeah, of course. That's cool. You know? Swallowing every ounce of just frustration and displeasure inside my soul, and just being like, yeah, immediately answering, yeah. That's an important thing, because before it would be an immediate sigh, like, that's how I used to react to those types of statements. But now I've trained myself to just be like, of course, what, you know. Of course, absolutely. Whatever you want to do. Yeah, you've done everything up till now, so now it's my turn. I have to do stuff. And so I'm trying to auto-answer with, yep, yeah, absolutely. What do you need? And she's like, do you mind if I go get a massage? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Absolutely. Please do that. It's you time. I'm past the point of being like, okay, just tell yourself that you got to answer with yes, like make sure that she feels comfortable. Just tell it. Now it's like, I want her to actually feel good. So, I've tried very hard to not only think about myself in this situation, to now I'm like auto thinking about her right away. And, things are a lot better now. Maybe I'll one day go into detail how they weren't good before. And it wasn't not good. It had a lot of room for improvement, like any fucking relationship when you have children, because you stop thinking about yourself as much. You certainly stop thinking about the well-being of your partner as much, and you only really worry about the kids and like how you're dealing with it. And for me, it's very difficult to disassociate from my own feelings, especially when it's a physical thing. Like, you know how people are like, yeah, you just have to like, remember that your body is a vessel, and you're in this meat suit, and your brain is separate from your body, and you can disassociate and just like think about something else. That doesn't work for me. I am very much in my own body, and I feel every ounce of everything that is happening. Like if I eat something, I feel digestion, that burp, felt it in my anus first. Felt it yesterday, like coming into my anus. That sounds insane. And obviously not real, there's no truth to it, but it's funny to say. But I felt it enter my body, and then I felt it go through my body over a day and come out my mouth just now. Which is wrong, because it's probably just because I drank that water and I trapped some air, and then now it escaped. It escaped. Don't you love it when people say that? Mispronouncing words. I love when people mispronounce words. I said the words all of a suddenly instead of all of a sudden for my whole life up until a couple of years ago. And I think about it so often. And I actually, you know what I think about more often than I think about the fact that exists, or that I did that? I think about how the information that was wrong was delivered to me. Because nobody had ever mentioned it before. I just always said all of a suddenly. And then all of a suddenly this, and like people, like nobody ever said anything to me. I'm just walking around being a fucking idiot for, 2.5 decades or more. Fuck. 3 decades. Jesus Christ, how old am I? And and nobody said anything. And then one time, I can't remember where. I think I was at one of my old houses before I was married and living with my wife. And I was after a band practice, and I was playing in an original band, and one of the members of this other band who was there to watch us for some reason, it's just like I think we were having like a friend hang or something like that. I can't remember exactly what we were doing, but there was a member of a different band that was there, and I said it, and the person said, "Wait, did you just say all of a suddenly?" And I went, yeah. He's like, all of a sudden? And I just looked at him like this. And if you're only listening, it's a, like, not a death stare, but like a stare of like, oh my God, you're right. Oh my God, it only sounds stupid now. Sorry. It only sounds stupid now. And I don't know why it didn't sound stupid before, because everybody else in my life around me had been saying all of a sudden, just all of the time. So why now am I realizing that all of a suddenly sounds fucking dumb? Really dumb. Why is this just occurring to me at this moment? I'm like 31 years old or some shit, and I'm like just realizing it then. And maybe I was like 25. Probably closer to that. Time has passed so much faster now that I have children and have been married. I forget that it's like it's almost been a decade since I've been married. But yeah, like it was so fucking peculiar because I just went, yeah, I guess I did say that for my whole life. Fuck. And I, other than this podcast, I've maybe said it since then 10 times, and only to tell this fucking story because I'm just flabbergasted by my own ability to be so fucking stupid. So that's funny. Does anybody else have that? Have you said a word or had a word like axe? I'm going to ask you a question until somebody finally went, it's ask. Do you have one of those words? Email me. aaronsperfect@gmail.com. AARONSPERFECT@gmail.com. Email me and tell me the word that you said when you were younger, or, up until however long, that made you sound stupid, but you had no idea. And then someone made you aware of it. Tell me that word. Okay? And don't just go and send me an email, just be like, the word was fuck you, except for all I mean is fuck you, Aaron. Don't say that. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay? I think you understand the mission here. You understand the directive. Just do what I'm asking. Okay? Jesus. So one of the topics I talked about a little while ago, it might have been on the last one actually. I think it was on number 8. I talked about radio commercials and the Spence Diamonds commercial. And there have been a few people who have reached out to me to be like, yeah, I fucking hate those commercials. So I did a little research, and I tried to find the Spence Diamonds commercials, and it's almost impossible. And but there are a number of like subreddits and like forums online talking about these fucking commercials. And one of the people on there was like, why can't I find any of the commercials online? Why can't you find these things? Like, you'd figure they're so obnoxious that people would be recording them. And then someone was like, I have a theory that the commercials are so annoying that no one wants to record them because they don't want to fucking hear them again. And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense to me. The best part about this fucking search that I did for Spence Diamonds commercials is what I did find was a petition signed by thousands of people to get Spence Diamonds to stop making fucking commercials. I love it. People are just absolutely, they hate this fucking brand for these commercials. Like, there's so many people on there like, yeah, like their website's beautiful. Like, I've been in the store, the diamonds look amazing, but I will never fucking shop there because it is so annoying to listen to these people. Let me just lay down some framework here. So there's a person, I think his name is something Jones. Mr. Jones is what they call him. But he was sort of the first person. I think he's the owner, but he was sort of the first person to ever create these commercials or be a voice in these commercials. And it's the most annoying fucking voice in the world. It's stereotypical of a specific demographic, and I'm probably saying something super rude here, but it's basically just like this really whiny voice. And so for the longest time, he was this really whiny voice, and he's talking about diamonds and blah, 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 blah. And it was like so fucking annoying, just his voice. But he also made this sound, which I replicated it in the last episode. But he does this like woo sound, and it's like the first time he ever does it, it's really like it's capturing his actual emotion. And it's good for what it is. It's still fucking annoying. But every single commercial after that, he tries to replicate it. It's like, okay, for fuck's sakes, stop trying to replicate this sound. It's not that good of a sound, but it's been since the beginning. And this is going back years and years and years and years and years. To the point now where this gentleman actually isn't in the commercials anymore. He has these different reappearing characters, and some of them are new and some of them are old, but the latest version is he has now someone who I guess who is brand new to the business, who is now running I don't know what he's running like I guess the distribution or like the design of the rings and diamonds and shit, and it's just like it is so peculiar. But there's I think I found two of them, two commercials. I'm going to play them. I'm going to play them on my computer back here. I'm going to try and move the microphone. This is so unprofessional how I'm going to do this. But if I can't fucking figure out how to do it properly, I'll record it and re-upload it. But let's see how this goes. So I'm going to play the first one. I have it fucking cranked, so hopefully you can hear it. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Callum?
Yes, Michael.
Mr. Jones wants to hear about your selection.
Michael, Spence has all the sizes and colours and clarities of...
So Michael is the narrator. I don't know if you can hear it. Michael is the narrator. He narrates all of their commercials now. It used to be this Jones dude, but now it's Michael. And Michael is very odd because he asks these weird questions. And sometimes they're like, I don't even know. They're like the questions that don't have anything to do with anything. And it's really strange. And Callum is their new designer. So he's the designer / like marketing guru, I think. But he's been brought on by this Sean character, and I don't even know how to describe it. It's just very peculiar. Okay, I'll keep playing it.
Earth diamonds from diamond mines.
And all the sizes and colors and clarities of artisan-created diamonds?
Yes, those are born in a plasma chamber inside a miniature sun. And we have every engagement ring that has ever been designed. And we can customize any design to make it one of a kind.
So pretty normal sounding commercial so far, right? It just sounds like they're talking about these fucking diamonds. Let's see if it gets weird.
That's amazing.
Welcome to Spence Diamonds.
Woo! Spence Diamonds. Wow! Located in the Rideau Center.
So you can hear the yell, right? So they did the woo, and then they did yow, and those are the two different iterations of this particular sound that have come from one sound. So first off, it was one sound. Now it's two. It's a woo and a yow. They have two now, based off of what people hear when they hear the original sound. That doesn't make sense at all. Don't create two sounds from one sound, obviously, right? It doesn't make sense at all to do that. I don't get it at all. It's like, did some people hear this and then some people heard that? People just need to get their ears checked. That's all. Nothing else. So anyway, that's how the commercial is. Like, that's one of their tame commercials. And I don't think the weirdest ones are on here. The weirdest ones I cannot seem to find. I'll try and describe the last one, the latest one, after I show you these, but the weirdest ones aren't on here. Let's hear the second one. Okay, ready? Here we go.
I've found the one. Now I've got to find the ring.
Find it at Spence. They custom make every ring.
Everyone says that.
But not like Spence. Choose Earthmind or artisan-created diamonds. Their cases are open, so you can choose from thousands of ring styles or design your own. So the only one to wear her ring is her.
Well,
and Spence has the fine...
She just fucking completely interrupted him. Did you hear that? He's like, well, actually, and just fucking, she completely interrupted him.
Financing to fit your budget. Now, what were you going to say?
I'm going to Spence.
Inspired by love, imagined by you, created by Spence.
At Rideau Center.
It's obviously in the Rideau Center. So she completely fucking interrupted him. Like, now what were you going to say? I'm going to Spence Diamonds. Who gives a fuck, dude? Okay. So this is the last one. I'm gonna try and this is actually like straight up an audio recording. It's not a video like the other one. So I don't know if my spacebar is gonna do what it's supposed to do. But so this is the one. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the one where they introduce Callum, the new dude, and yeah, I don't know how weird it is, but I'm sure it'll be weird enough. Okay, you ready? Hopefully this works.
Do you remember Sean Jones? Wow! I am his executive assistant. My name is Michael.
And I'm Callum Bear.
Not yet, Callum. I'll tell you when.
Interrupts him again. Just interrupts him. Not yet, Callum. Hold on a second.
If you have been wondering what Sean Jones has been doing, and you probably
Have not.
haven't, he
Right.
has been searching the entire world for the perfect person to run Spence Diamonds.
Nobody gives a shit about that at all. Don't create an entire commercial around this. Nobody fucking cares. Continue.
Do I talk now, Michael?
Not yet, Callum.
What? Do I talk now, Michael? Not yet, Callum. Why? Is there not a script? It sounds very much like this video or this advertisement has a script of some sort. People don't just say this stuff. So you can just wait until it's time. Huh? Okay.
I'll tell you when. And we finally found the perfect person in Scotland.
I like how he says Scotland as if it's like, this is how you pronounce the word Scotland. Like, we finally found the perfect person. Don't care. Nobody cares. What difference does that have? What difference does that make? I mean, okay, sure. Maybe there's a possibility that me hearing this guy's voice and hearing about how he knows about diamonds will make me purchase it. I don't think anything to do with Scotland has an effect on how I would buy diamonds. Anyway, let's continue.
Now?
Yes, and be sure to sound Scottish.
What? Now? Yes, and be sure to sound Scottish. Why? What's the purpose of that? Huh? Tell me why. What the fuck?
I have some questions for Mr. Jones.
Okay, Callum, what is your first question?
What is your first question?
I have noticed that our diamonds at Spence shine brighter and have more sparkle than
Advertisement.
other diamonds. Why is that? I need to understand.
Callum, that is an excellent question, and I will get back to you with a detailed answer from Mr. Jones.
What? You're not going to answer the question in the advertisement? He doesn't fucking answer the question? We'll have to listen.
In the meantime, I need you to practice something.
Okay, what is it? Woo!
No. No. I reject this. Yes, I've heard this commercial before. It's been a while. I forgot about this, and it is so fucking stupid.
Now you do it.
Oh, yeah, right. Right.
Woo!
So didn't want to do it at all. Like, felt like every single human being on Earth listening to this commercial, like, and was like, oh, for fuck's sakes, you're gonna make me goddamn do this? This is how I'm gonna get this job, huh? This is how this is gonna work out for me? I'm gonna only have this job if I fucking make this noise. Okay, all right, I'm super qualified for the job, but that's fine. Let's make the noise. Woo. All right, here we go.
You keep practicing that.
Yeah, no
and
shit.
I'll get back to you.
Spence Diamonds. Woo! Located across from Chinook Center.
Okay. When you're making a commercial, and for some fucking weird reason, you have one person ask a question in that commercial, use that commercial to answer the question. Because otherwise, nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about. Correct? Answer the question in the commercial. You're just assuming that whoever is listening to your commercial will hear the answer on a later commercial. That could be the first time they ever hear your ad. And likely, because it's a small business in Canada, Ontario, Canada, it is the first time that they've ever heard any of your ads. Maybe not now. Maybe it's because it's Spence Diamonds. They can rely on this, but not for me. Thanks. I've heard all your commercials. Every single time I hear one of your commercials, you're a new business to me. Because I completely discredit you and leave all of everything that you've ever done somewhere else. Because it's almost disrespectful to the listener. You know? Especially this. Like, you're not even going to answer the guy's fucking question. You hired him on to do this thing, and it's like, hey, by the way, where's the bathroom? I'll answer your question, but first off, make this sound. Woo! Why? Who gives a fuck about that? Not even the people listening to the commercial. So you're doing it for nobody. On the latest version of this, I can't remember exactly what happens, but they do the same type of thing where someone asks a question and then it's like, it's basically a talk between Michael and Callum. And Callum asks a fucking question. And then it's so weird. Asks the question, and then this woman's voice comes over and says, "Hi, Michael." And it's just a woman's voice. And then Michael goes, "Sarah." And then the commercial's over. They do the like in square one or whatever the fuck it is. And the commercial's over. So not only did they not answer Callum's question in this latest one, but then a woman's voice comes over and says, "Hi, Michael." Why? And then he says, "Sarah." Huh? What the fuck are you talking about, man? What is anybody talking about? You ended the commercial without explaining any of that shit. And it's a commercial for diamonds. It's a commercial for diamonds. Remember what you're doing. Like, remember the topic at hand here. Sell the diamonds. That's it. That's all you got to do. Who the fuck is Sarah? Huh? Is she from... she's probably from an earlier commercial. She's from that first fucking commercial, isn't she? That's who she is. I don't understand anything about this company. And then if you go look at their website, it's a clean-looking website. They don't mention anything about commercials at all. They don't talk about the commercials. They have a couple like video ads and stuff, and they look beautiful. Like they're really well done. The website's obviously like a Shopify website. Like it's high quality. They know what the fuck they're doing, just not there. So anyway, that shit was fucking hilarious. And if I get that the most recent commercial, if I can find it, I'll try and like record the radio or some shit. But this isn't 1997. Likely, I'm not going to be grabbing a recording of that because I also don't care enough. I think I explained it enough, and I think I probably can let that topic die. But that shit is fucking hilarious to me. Because it doesn't matter. None of it matters. Just run the same fucking commercial over again, talking about like this is the place that we sell diamonds from, and you can come in here on fucking your wedding day, Mother's Day, fucking whatever day, Father's Day, Christmas, all of the different holidays that exist. You can come in and buy diamonds. You can come in and buy diamonds just for a fucking Wednesday if you want. It doesn't matter. Just come in and buy the diamonds because we do that. And don't worry, when you come in and you ask a question, we're not going to answer you. We're going to say, "Hi, Michael." Sarah. That's it. But I get it. I get why there's a petition, and I get why there are a number of people online being like, get this shit off the fucking radio. I don't want to hear it anymore because it's super annoying. Hilarious, but super annoying. Today, on my way to work, I'm running out of time, but on my way to work today, because I work at a music store and we see lots of different walks of life, but there's some business owners that come in and buy gear and stuff, and they're really cool and whatever. But I saw one who is a business owner, but he's also like mega ultra rich. I saw him this morning just walking around, and he was just in like jeans and a t-shirt. Didn't look like, dressed up. But it's weird when you see people out and about in the world who like you just don't feel like they do that. You don't feel like they just walk around in the neighborhood that they're from or the whatever. You feel like if they're gonna go walk around, they're gonna be like downtown Toronto, even though they live in have a business in. That's where I'm from. Jesus Christ, I'm just outing myself. Even if they have a business where you're from, you don't expect them to see them just like out being people. It's weird. And this guy was like acting very NPC. It was very strange. He walked out of like the front part of a graveyard. So I don't know if he was maybe visiting some relative or something, but walked out of the front of a graveyard and was just like, just walking. Hi, I'm a person of Earth. And I just thought it was really funny. I always find it funny when you see people like that at like a grocery store or something. Like, don't you have like slaves or something like that? Maybe that's not a PC thing to say. Slaves can be anybody, by the way. You're making the association. Yep, that's on you. Doesn't matter the demographic. Anybody can do anything. Okay? I just meant like, don't you have people to do shit for you? Don't you just pay people to go grocery shopping for you? Don't you just get delivery everything? If I had that much money, I would just get everything delivered and go do all the just play fucking squash and shit all day. Squash. That's a sport. I don't know if that's a sport everywhere, but that's a sport where we're from. It's called squash. When I was going to the gym, I called it squish. And I used to say that to my trainer just to like make him think that I have something wrong. He's like, "Oh, you're working on your abs. You've been working on your mind though." He gives me one of those. You've been working, just because I say, "Oh, those guys playing squish." He's like, "Have you had something to drink before coming here? Are you sure you're up for this? Like, we're gonna rotate we're gonna like fucking move some tires, like giant tires around. Are you sure you're able to do that when you're on meth? Like." Nah, man, I just really want to play a good, hard game of squish. And then we go back to my place. Anyway, yeah, it's weird when people that are out in the world and you like drive by them on your car. You're like, fuck, I see this person like wearing a suit all day, and now I'm watching them walk out of a fucking graveyard, just like NPCing it up, just like humans being human. Humans got a hume. It's weird shit. Fuck. I had someone reach out and ask a really good question, and it's multi-tiered, and it it was such a great piece of content, and I'm gonna have to save it for the next one. I'm so sorry that I'm doing that, but I really want to do it. So the next episode, there's gonna be like a segment that's actually, I think it's gonna be really funny because it's almost like a desert island thing, but there's so many different facets to it. So I'll do that next time. And I think that's it. I think we've done it. I mean, it's been an hour, so I mean that's fair, right? You don't want me to talk any more than that, that's for sure. But if you do, feel free to subscribe and listen to episodes 1 through 7, and reach out to me. Shoot me an email if you have any topics, or you just want to talk, or you just want to, like, I don't know, tell me I'm shit, whatever. Shoot me an email, aaronsperfect@gmail.com, AARONSPERFECT@gmail.com, or you can, of course, find me on social media. Aaron is Perfect on TikTok, or on Instagram. It's Aaron_is_perfect_podcast. Oh, there's my alarm. Yay! We did it, everyone. Yeah, you can find me on Apple Podcasts. You can find me on Spotify. If you're not listening to me in one of those places, I'm on Anchor as well. Just Aaron is Perfect. You can find me pretty easily there. But yeah, subscribe, comment, do all those things, because it really helps me out, algorithm-wise. Algorithmically, it helps me out quite a little bit. It makes it so that more people see this. And, and eventually, maybe I'll get 24 subscribers. Because right now I'm at 21 on YouTube specifically. And that's cool. I don't give a shit. I don't need more. I'm just so happy you're here. It's awesome. So thanks. Thanks for tuning in. I'm sorry I've subjected you to fucking Spence Diamonds commercials, because that shit was shit. And, yeah. Let's do this again next week, shall we? Okay. Well, thanks so much for listening. Goodbye.